Welcome to the Libatious Podcast.
We're your hosts.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Kaylin.
Enjoy.
Alright, well, we got a podcast going today. This is the first summer weekend, I feel like.
Yeah. And we're feeling it today.
Feeling the summer weekend?
In the room.
Oh, we're feeling the heat.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Because the entire weekend it was like summer, but it was like,
at least there was a breeze.
Yeah. Today it's the hot,
it's the stale summer.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, so you really are, you're here.
It's like, ooh, you're here, you're sweating,
yeah,
and we're
so it's time for me updos only, okay?
Updos. I need to make sure I cut my hair a lot more often. Go to the barber.
That's what I do also. Great Ashley and Kaylin, hair and nail.
Hair, body maintenance.
Yeah.
Body maintenance.
Maybe
buckets.
Hair and pedicures. Cause I do my nails at home.
Yes, absolutely.
Or just like whatever. We'll talk about that later.
we're
trying to budget more than what we did before.
We're trying to be because we're trying to figure out the
balance of fun and also responsibility.
We realize that this is technically this is mostly a hobby, but we spend money on it, so it should be treated as like a business. So we're trying to figure out business expenses, and it's mind blowing and it sucks. It's not the fun part of this whole enterprise.
What can we do to get money in from this? It's like, do we do like a Patreon page? But who will go on a Patreon?
Right.
It's like, we don't know.
Do we have advertisement? But
we're not paying for that.
A lot of places don't like alcohol involved with advertisement unless you're an alcohol brand.
Yeah.
So it's a little tightrope that we're walking.
Yeah. We're trying to figure it out because we want to continue to do this.
We want to do this more often.
We're putting more money in what we're getting.
Yes, and we're not gonna. Well, listen. Depending on who,
we're never gonna stop. It's just like drinking. Like alcohol may stop every episode. It might be like tea time.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I mean, especially if we're doing this more often, we can't just be like every single time we do an episode we have to.
Which we might do. We're gonna put it on Facebook. We're gonna say are you cool with having tea time?
Yeah.
If we have to do something in the morning or early afternoon.
Exactly. We're not trying to drink all day. Yeah. And and it's definitely stuff that was okay, if we need to do this on whatever
a
day,
Saturday morning.
Yeah, morning. We're not going to drink in the beginning of the day. So it's a whole logistics thing. It's a whole trying to figure out kind of just how we can even generate.
Yeah.
No, we're people who don't like to ask for anything. And when we're we need to try to figure out how to make money.
And it's
it feels
we have
like
to ask
asking.
People, yeah, and it's no, because we're selling things, we're putting our time and money in it.
Right.
We're ooh.
Right, exactly.
We'll figure it out. But
we're figuring it out.
Hey guys, my name is Ashley.
I'm Kaylin.
It's the Libatious Podcast.
Yes, where we try a new drink every single episode, and we found this amazing. Well, we've tried it already.
Yeah, we've had a few sips. It's so hot. We took it out for 5 minutes and it became.
It's already getting
warm?
room temperature.
I was putting the rest of the look up. I can't see it anymore.
I'll fill you up.
Because we're on YouTube, so.
Yeah.
We're gonna be too similar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Can't change it.
You gotta sing it backwards. So we went to Benny's because the holiday weekend. Obviously, there's a bunch of sales. We saw this thing. It's called Okay, well, this one is Loyal Lemonade.
Yeah, because also was on sale.
It was on sale, and it has this American flag on it. So Memorial Day, patriotism, all that kind of all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 9% alcohol, and it's called.
Don't drink at room temperature. It is kind of.
I'm drinking at room temperature. I'm the weirdo who likes everything
warm.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a very picky person, so it's I'll eat I like my popcorn stale. I like my soda flat, and I like my. I don't care if my alcohol is room temperature, so I'm just drinking it straight from the can.
Okay. Anyways.
But
it comes with a game.
It comes with some questions. Yeah. Where is it at?
But okay, so if you do buy this, it says, "Oh, the cards are in the box." You look in there. No, they're
right. I thought there was going to be a bunch of cards.
They're printed on the box.
It's on the box. It's on the box. You have to cut it out. It's like you guys remember, all you millennials out there. You remember those games on the side of cereal cartons, cereal boxes? Mm-hmm. It's basically that.
Or the only ones we have to eat it all to get to the game on the inside.
Yeah, you had to what was it? No, not Scholastic. What was it? Post.
I can't remember.
Something.
I hate those.
But so there's looks like 9. So they're really all about this 9. So the thing is called Local 9 Cocktails.
9% alcohol.
9% alcohol, and there's 9 cards here that we can ask each other about, and you're supposed to wait 9 seconds and point to the person who does it. So I guess this is a group activity.
I guess we can read it out loud.
But yeah, we'll read a few of these. We don't have to do the whole thing. But we should cheers before, because I haven't taken a drink yet.
Okay, you ready?
No, hold on. We gotta do let's do cheers.
I already took a sip. Okay,
you already did?
Yeah.
Okay, cheers to our health and healthy habits. It reminds me of like Mike's Harder.
Yeah, it does.
Because it's lemonade.
Tiffany would probably like this, my cousin.
Yeah. Okay. What's one of the things? Read me off one.
I'm gonna read the one that's definitely you.
Okay, and then we have to point, or what's the thing?
Point. Who makes the most dad jokes?
Oh, definitely me. I mean, we're not waiting 9 seconds.
So I can mark it off.
A pen? Okay, hold on.
So
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, thanks. Okay, you want to read the next one?
The next one. Okay, yeah, sure.
Who will eat ice cream for breakfast?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I just said, it's like I'm not picky. Although I might have a very high blood sugar for the rest of the day, but you know. No, it would drop. You'd be like, "Oh, what's going on? What's going on?" Oh, because I gave myself insulin for the
you'd be like, you'd be so confused. And you'd be like, "Oh, I had ice cream."
I was like, "Oh yeah, the ice cream." Oh, yeah.
Who would obsess over a celebrity? I'm involved more of like your
celebrity gossip.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which,
you're into it.
Well, yeah, but I don't really get obsessed. I don't think.
No, I'm not obsessed. I'm
just like, oh, that's interesting.
I talk about it more.
Yeah.
So.
Which we have to, which we are going to get Anna and Mary on, because there's all this. The Vanderpump Rules thing is happening right now, and it's confusing because we've never seen it, but we're also like slowly starting to learn about this whole thing.
Yeah.
And we kind of want to talk with professionals.
Yeah.
About this, people who've watched the actual show. So
we forgot to ask him when we FaceTime Anna.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, we need to talk to both of them though.
Okay.
I think we need both of them.
We'll do Anna first, because Mary's always like,
yeah,
her schedule's so weird. You know, she's like,
That's true.
I'm available. And it's like,
Yeah.
It's 10 Mary.
Yeah. Like, okay, we could start talking now.
Look, me and Anna and Kayla have been talking for the past 2 hours. Mm-hmm. Okay, who would jump out of a plane? Both of us.
We want to. Yeah, we want to go skydiving. But you're the one, you said you want to do tandem first. And I don't want to do tandem. Like, you have to. You have to do 3 tandems.
So you can't say, you have to do it anyway. So
I know you have to, but I want to just jump out by myself and just rip the thing out. Just teach me how to do it. I'll learn by doing. I know, she's upset with me. I'll take out life insurance before. No. I don't want to be tandem.
Who has accident? You better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will.
I know you have to, because they don't allow you. I won't allow you.
Insurance.
Who has accidentally trash talked their boss via email and then sent it to them?
I'm too careful about that.
Me too.
No, I'm too careful.
I check it like 6 times.
I double check.
And good thing I text everybody.
I'll never trash talk anybody on email either. That makes no sense.
No one.
Not even on Teams. Like I started trash talking at one point on Teams, and I deleted the whole thing.
I do the same thing. Like every time my coworker, she'll call me. There's one. She's in Algonquin, and she's like, I don't know what the. I'll call you.
He's like, yep.
We'll be on the call, like on our phone.
Because it's recorded, right?
Yeah. Like, I don't know what the fuck. I'll call you.
Yep. Nope.
Who brags about their boyfriend, girlfriend when they shouldn't?
When they shouldn't? Why wouldn't you brag about them all the time? What?
Probably. You gotta... Cute.
It's gotta be between the two of us. I brag about you all the time.
Same. But I'm saying, like, for example, like, probably when...
Also, wife, husband. We're past that. Sorry, yeah.
Probably when, like... We're talking to Alexis, like me, you, Alex, Alyssa are talking to Alexis, and she's like, oh no, and we're like, oh, we're glad we're not, we aren't like committed.
Yeah, the single person, like talking to the single person about like, how
like,
great our relationship is.
Yeah, we're like, I'm glad we're not dealing with that anymore.
Right. She's like,
I did my coworker last week. I was like, because she was saying about somebody, I was like, I'm glad I'm not single anymore. She's like, I know, it's hard in these streets.
It sucks, yeah. Oh my god, I don't even know what I would.
So that'd be both of us for that one. Okay. Who would get lost reading a map? Me. Because I don't know north, south, east, or west. I don't know my directions.
You know
a little bit more.
At least I know a little bit, but I get turned around in maps definitely a lot. But I guess if we're going between the two of us, I guess I could read a map a little bit better probably.
Yeah.
But it's still like I get lost in like amusement parks all the time, and they give you the whole like amusement
map, layout,
and I'm like looking for like a specific ride, and I was like, oh, I think that's that ride, and I don't even look at the signs. I'm just like, this looks like the weird like graphic that they put here. So yeah,
okay,
we'll both be lost if we just have to use a map.
I'm gonna skip that one.
You don't like that one?
No, another one.
Let me just read. I'm not gonna read it out loud. I just want to read it.
No, it's funny.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna save it for last?
No, it's for me.
Oh, it's for you.
Mine. It's who has the most pair of shoes.
Oh, that's yeah. You take care of your shoes. That's the only reason. Yeah. If I took care of all of my shoes, I feel like I might have more.
Who's always on their phone during dinner? Like when we're at home, it's both of us. When we're out, it's me because I'm always trying to read my book.
Yeah, and I'm always people watching and like just talking about the random thing that pops in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to we talk, but then we gets quiet. I'll get my phone to read my book.
Yeah.
Cause I think it's like my comfort, like my blanket. Like, my comfort blanket is like my security blanket. I start reading.
Yeah, just reading. I get you. But
yeah, I like that game.
That was good. Yeah, no, that's fun. So what is it? Loyal 9 cocktails. I don't know what I think this.
I don't get what the 9 because there's only 4 comes in the box.
Right? You should put. If you're gonna go for the 9, thing, it should be 9 fluid ounces.
Right.
9% alcohol and 9 in a box.
Oh, you guys have your cigars today.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we'll have the cigars. Like after this, we'll do.
I'll text my dad. I should let you get me a mini because I've never smoked a cigar. I know. I should have let you. Yeah. What I said. I've never smoked a cigar before.
No.
I had like a puffy, but I never like smoked like.
You're the one who likes the smell of the smoke, or like actually the smell.
That's gonna forever. No matter, even when we're not friends with those people, that's always gonna be forever. Like a favorite memory.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. I love the smell of that smoke. Yeah.
Forever.
Smelling it in. But yeah. Ash's dad and
Hi. Call him Tony.
It's Tony. I always feel I type Ash all the time because it's easier to text, but I don't really ever call you Ash, and it like just saying it then kind of made me feel weird. So I don't know. That's that's not the nickname that I've given you. So, but maybe I'll start calling you Ash. I don't know. How do you feel about it?
I don't care.
You don't care about that?
My mom calls me Ash.
Ash? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so Ash's dad, Tony, and I started a tradition of smoking cigars.
We used to smoke almost every other weekend.
A lot, yeah.
And then y'all both was like, this is an expensive hobby.
It's expensive, and also...
And y'all get the cheaper, cigars.
Well, yeah, it's expensive, and, we get a decent... It's, $5 per cigar, but,
yeah, but I'm saying, you got, you were doing, almost every weekend, every other weekend, but after a while, because you get...
Right.
Because before we moved in here, we used to come over here every other weekend, because... free laundry.
Absolutely.
So we used to come over here and do our laundry, but we'd be here from Friday to Sunday. So that sometimes Friday night, my dad would find a new cigar he wanted to try, and him and Kaylin would smoke it. And then they had Saturday, they would have their cigar they liked the most, their favorite cigar. So it was 2 nights you would have your smoking.
Yeah.
But then also my dad liked to have just have them as backup, and Kaylin used to have them too.
Yeah.
So my dad would buy cigars, Kaylin would buy cigars, so we would leave them here. So after a while, it was like $20-$30 a month.
It's
on cigars, but then
we were talking about at the beginning of the podcast. We were talking about how we were like trying to be more money conscious, and it's like we looked at that, we were like, wait a minute.
And then it'd be like people like friends, well, their friends would come over, and then the men would be like, oh, I want a cigar. So it was like, we budgeted these, so they're gonna last for the rest of the month.
Right, exactly. So we're like giving out cigars. I mean, like there's a whole like picture series, because that was when we were getting into cigars like a lot. He said okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. We were getting into cigars a lot, and I was getting into a lot more cigars, so I got a bunch for the wedding. Mm-hmm. I really wanted a cigar.
I love that shot.
I felt like a mob boss. I don't know if I think I said this on the podcast, like right after the episode, or after
they should have had me sitting on your lap, or me behind you with like a glass. Ooh. And like me and the boys.
We kind of had, like, if you look at some of those pictures, it had like an early like 19th century vibe going on. So like if we could have done a Bonnie and Clyde kind of whole situation.
So I'm putting out there now our renewal. I don't know, it might be 10 years, because somewhere has some money. I want to do renewal. I want to do like pictures again, but I want to do like pictures that we didn't do this time around. Yeah.
So the picture, the pictures
like go take pictures of me and you, no one else around. Like find somewhere, just go take pictures.
Yeah, because we didn't do our first look. Yeah, which that would have been great.
I think we had time because we're undiagnosed ADHD or ADD. We both thought we got some we didn't know disorder. We were like, we don't have enough time to do all this. We had plenty of time. We could have we started getting ready at 6 a.m. I could have went to the venue. Me and could have had our pictures done while everybody else was setting up. Like my mom could have went there and helped. Yeah. Me could have done the pictures. Yeah. And the wedding party could have came back and got like finished getting like, you know what I mean? Like I think we'd had enough time because Alyssa was handling it.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where it's like we also like thinking about it back then. Also like thinking back, we were like, oh, we could have spent this extra amount of money, but we're like what we are now, where is like if we spend any extra money, we start panicking. Yeah. Like if we haven't budgeted for something and we're like, okay, we're gonna spend a little bit extra, like even if we like go out. Yeah. And we spend like an extra like $50 like we're that like, we weren't ready for, like we hadn't budgeted for.
You would think by my facial expressions that we got down to $0. It's like no. No, like that one TikTok I showed you, it was like, if I say I'm broke because I want to have this much in my account. Yeah. If I spend below that in my account, I am broke in my head.
Yeah. No, it's all mental. It's all mental.
That's what I'm saying. That's my facial expression.
People go around living life with like $2.50 in their bank account, and like they're the happiest people in the world. No. Not always, but there's some people.
No, I'm saying no. I get what you're saying, but I'm saying us. I'm saying no for us.
But for us, we freak out when it's like our bank is
a random number,
because we put an alert, so it's like if we get under a certain dollar amount, it's like
that's when we know we're really low.
You're under this certain dollar amount.
That's when we're really low. We gotta get one. Like, but if it's higher, we will always get alerts because obviously grocery shopping.
We're gonna get it. I mean, it's just at some point. Actually, we lowered it because we didn't want to start freaking out. We lowered it by half, and then once we got down there, now we're like super freaking out. So I feel like we should.
Because it's rare that happens, but because other expenses. Welcome to our TED Talk.
Yeah, right.
Because
this is how we freak out about money.
Because other expenses have been happening because we have like other business adventures we're doing. Yes. And like that has also put a dent into our financial situation right now, and it's growing. And also we're trying to do something else, so we're like also trying to figure out, okay, how can we make sure we don't spend too much on here and we can do something else.
Yeah. And we're in the mindset
of like trying to be entrepreneurs and then just like be.
And it's the thing where it's like
doesn't get spend money.
I mean, all the entrepreneurs like are they're like, you got to spend money to make money, and so we like say that, and then we freak out when we spend the money.
Yeah, because then it's like, okay, but we're only getting like not even half back.
Yeah, but we're still in like
quarterback. We're spending,
which is like we're still in the baby stage. And like I feel like this is a lot of like I know a bunch of people who like I've been listening to this podcast called How We Built This with Guy Raz. He talks to entrepreneurs, and a lot of people, it seems like a lot of people are like, I hated my job, I did not want to do this, So I like quit it, and then I got a huge loan, and then I like
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. No, there's like
my mindset. If we can't use our own money to start our business, we shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
If it's not something, I see like if we're doing our hello.
Oh, sorry. I turned down the thing because I was yelling into mine.
It wasn't for my mouth. Doing our bar adventure, obviously.
Yes.
Get a loan because we're how our mentors was like. Well, they were trying to do the gym. They had to save what?
Right.
How much? It was like $600 more, like $100,000, but more than that. And she was.
Well, I mean, you want to buy a whole building and then like all the equipment in there.
So.
Yeah.
Like we want to have like multiple sides of income because we don't want to put all our eggs in one basket because you never know what's going to happen with the other.
Right. Venture. If you can lean on one business to do well, while another one is not doing as well, then I think that's the more responsible way, rather than putting all of your eggs in one basket, like you said, and just being like, oh, I'm putting my all into this. Like if you put your all into it and it doesn't exactly work out the way that you need it to, because I think a lot of businesses are slow burns, but people they treat them as a big thing of fire where they can just pour a bunch of kerosene on top of it and then it explodes, but then it doesn't stay, like all the kerosene is burned off, and you don't have a bonfire that's staying there. I mean, this is a whole big analogy about fires because we're in bonfire season and I really like doing that, but
we didn't do the one the other day because I think we're all just hungover from Memorial Day.
Oh, absolutely.
But we will do one. Ben and Jake, we are coming for you.
Yes. Oh, the summer is in its infancy. Up. Yeah, we're just starting summer right now.
Are you home?
Right, exactly. But that all being said, we are really trying to figure out how we can improve, like if we make money for the podcast, with the podcast,
we want everything to like go back into it.
We could put that back into the podcast. We're kind of like thinking in like, it's not, we've never really had this like entrepreneurial mindset right now. So we're kind of like, now that we're kind of thinking that way, we're like, well, we got to make money to put money back into the thing that we're doing so we can improve it. And then I know a lot of people are very, they like the things that they watch to be very produced. And we are very homegrown in that sense. And I don't know if we want to really get away from homegrown, like that kind of like vibe, but definitely want to have like just some more, I don't know. We have these talks all the time. Yeah. And like maybe we'll start talking about it in like a different setting other than the actual podcast, if anybody's interested in that. But this is what we're talking. This is what we're thinking.
Maybe we'll do like our steps to becoming entrepreneur, like, you know, have financial success outside of our 9-to-5.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
We said. I mean, we said it. We said in one of our clips in the last week. It's like, this is the year of the hustle. We're hustling. So we're trying to hustle in all these, like, in a bunch of different areas.
Excuse my appearance also, because I don't feel like putting my hair. I didn't curl it again before I went to bed.
It looks great though.
The front looked good. The back looked like a rat's nest.
We're working on it. I need to figure out my hair too. No, I'm just.
Are you going to
You want me to tell the story about my my bald? What am I?
Are you gonna cut it before we go to?
Yeah, I'm cutting it this week.
Brand.
I'm going this week to get my hair cut. I was supposed to last week, but then
they wouldn't answer his calls.
They weren't answering, and it said walk-ins welcome, but I didn't want to like. I'm not that person who just like actually drives up to a place.
It's awkward if they are busy.
Yeah, and it was during the work. It was during my work week, so I'm like, I'm not gonna jeopardize. I know I have an hour of lunch,
but it could be up to 2 hours.
But it could, yeah. I've definitely been to those places where it's like, oh, I had to wait. I waited 2 weeks. I waited
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours, 45 minutes.
I waited like an hour and a half, and then they were like, "Oh, is somebody gonna help you? Is somebody helping you?" I was like, I had a appointment like an hour and a half ago.
Oh.
And
they forgot about you?
I'm just way too patient, and I don't like to get
you don't like to say anything.
I don't like to be like, usually I'm just like patient to a point of just being like, this kind of sucks, or this sucks, but I don't want to be a bother. Which I need. And
you text me, you're like, so they haven't said anything yet,
right? Which I definitely need to do a little bit more, but I don't want to be putting my story on "Am I the asshole?" and everybody's like, "You're the asshole," but
you're not at all.
I try not to be, but sometimes I just like, it's just. You know what? I try not to be. Yeah, I don't think I am, but you know what? Most people who are the asshole don't think that they are.
Yeah, but you don't say anything, so you're not the asshole.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, he's waiting until this, but
I'm gonna get my hair cut soon.
He's supposed to go once a month, but I think you're pushing it.
Yeah, I shaped myself up a little bit. I tried to I have the deepest widow's peak. Yeah. Like, I have widow's peaks. I have like a thing like where it just
a valley.
Yeah. Peaks and valleys, widow's peaks and valleys on my forehead when I don't get my hair cut very often, and I feel like it's
there.
I know I'm starting to have what's up?
Okay, hot.
Yeah, hot. We'll do one story
Finish
and then we'll
your
get out
story,
of here.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to have. Oh look, okay, it's still flashing, so hopefully that's good. Hopefully we're good.
Mhm.
But no, I've started having it's not really nightmares. It's just like dreams with like stressful things inside them. Where it's like I had a dream where
I had a dream
where my hair fell out of my head. Yeah.
He had a dream. I woke up this morning. He's like, I had a dream I was bald.
Yeah, but it was like old man bald, where I was refusing to cut the rest of my hair off, so I had it was male pattern baldness, but it was like the side of my head was still like a full like my regular hair.
The middle of your hair.
And the top of my head was like shaved off basically, but it just like wasn't growing.
I would never allow that. I'm sorry.
And I was like, but I think in my dream, my mental age was 35, and I don't know how this, like, equates. Like, you know, like, you could feel...
How you got to 35?
Well, you can feel, like, certain things in your dream, right? You, like, you have, like, this, like, known...
So I was 37. I was 37.
Yeah, you would have been 37, yeah. But you have, like, this known... Like, I think in my dream you were the same age as me or something like that. But, like, you have this, like, known, like, reality. So you're, like... You don't have to technically tell anybody that this is happening, but you're like, oh, I'm 35. Like, this.
You
like,
just know. Yeah.
You're just like, you're in the dream, and you're like, well, I'm 35 now. All my hair is gone. Or most of my hair is gone, and I haven't shaved the side of my head. So I look like I'm maybe, like, male pattern baldness. I'm, like, 10, 20 years older than I actually look. And I'm like, oh, my God.
I don't think you're gonna look older than what you are if you do become bald.
I definitely wouldn't keep the hair on the side of my head. No. I would just shave it all off.
You look sexy.
With my hair, bald?
No matter what, you're gonna look good.
I remember when I was like 10 years old, because my dad was bald. I wanted to shave my head.
Did you do it?
I shaved my head.
You're a 10-year-old though.
I was completely bald, and I was like, literally, like, when I see pictures of that, I don't think they took many. But when I see pictures of that, I was like, should I have been like Make-A-Wish, like a Make-A-Wish kid, like that kind of thing? My head does not look great.
Well, you gotta think also it takes time because you have to tan. Like your head has to become tan because it's covered by your hair.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm pretty sure your dad his head did not match his space.
Yeah.
For a long time.
That's true. Yeah, and I see my
dad. It wasn't smooth. You know, it probably takes time for it to become like smooth. You have to take care of it.
That's true. And my dad, like,
whenever look at my dad's hair, like the part that still has the hair, that part because it has the hair follicles. Your dad's hair follicles are probably like pretty much out. That's probably why it's smooth.
And he shaves every day. He like makes sure that no hair is like actually coming back. So, yeah, I get that. Yeah. But I mean, anyways. I'm screwed because my grandpa on my dad's side, or my mom's side, is bald. My uncle is bald. My dad is bald, and is like pretty much every male. Is your
dad's brother bald?
My dad's brother. He has his hair. He has his hair. Yeah. So I mean,
it's just probably.
But I think isn't it like you get your hair from your mother's side? That kind of thing? Is that like a?
Yeah, but look at your mom. Look at your mom's hair.
What do you mean? Like how it's full?
Yeah.
Like she still has a full
is it only your grandfather you know that, like, obviously your uncle, but like the other people, like other men in her family have their hair, you know what I mean? Like,
I guess that's true. I'm just also
like,
looking
look at me. Like, I would probably have long hair like that, but because my hair is going through whatever the crap you saw when I was younger.
Yeah.
And because I probably just stop. I need to spend money and just get a hairstylist and just stop being cheap.
Yeah, you need a professional to figure out what's like what your hair
just to keep my relaxers
needs. Going.
Yeah, and then do like how I was doing before we got married. Like, keep my relaxers at the hair salon and do my hair care at home.
Yeah, because I've never really done anything with my hair other than just like pick it out, like that kind of thing. Like, I'll get my hair cut every once in a while, but I hate getting my hair cut. Well, I don't hate getting my hair cut. It's just like it feels like a chore every time.
Oh, I know. That's why I love getting my nails done, but it's also like, I'm here for like 45 minutes, or 45 minutes to an hour.
Any appointments.
But then you love it.
It's appointments.
But then you love it. Like, oh my gosh, I look great. You know?
Well, it's the same thing with showers. Like, I don't want to take a shower all the time, but once I'm in the shower, I'm like, I don't want to get out.
Yeah.
It's like, I love this.
It's like, a daily shower. Here we go. Right, all exactly. Right. It's like, oh my gosh, hope my hair doesn't get wet because it's not wash day. You know, for me, it's not wash day because that takes an hour.
It's the anxiety of making appointments. Also, it's like we have like doctor's appointments that we have to make every once in a while, which is why I always like to be like at the end of a doctor's appointment, I'm just like, hey.
They're gonna make a give me
like another appointment in like a few months.
If I do it now, I won't do it until next year.
Yep, I don't want to have to call. Like, it's just these weird things. I don't know if anybody else has this this kind of anxiety, but like if I'm at the doctor's office and I'm doing another appointment, I'm fine. Mm-hmm. But if I have to call the doctor's office, if I have to sit on the phone and call them,
that's hell.
That's me.
You are legit breaking my arm. You already broke my leg because I had to pick up the phone. You're breaking my arm because I have to talk to them.
If an automated voice calls me, or like if an automated voice like picks up the phone and they give me options, I hang up and then I have to process the options that I just listened to.
Yeah, because it literally goes one throughout the other. Because you're like, wait.
Yeah.
Let's get these stories before
hold on.
Sorry guys, I'm getting hot.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
I got a black one. Sorry guys, I'm getting hot, so we gotta like speed through.
Yeah, it gets hot in here. We're gonna start figuring out how to get some like ventilation and stuff like that in here.
Ceiling fan. We'll get one soon.
Okay, so the difference between now and past things is that I've actually read most of these that I put on here.
Look at you.
So hopefully that means me reading it is gonna be a little bit smoother. Because I saw you. Poster, YouTube, commenter. I do struggle with reading sometimes because these people are putting so many typos in, and I have a thing in my head that I think the next sentence is when I'm reading word for word, and it's a typo. So, there it is.
Someone said something?
Yeah, somebody was like, this man's struggling to read, and I'm like... you aren't if you want me to start posting what these people are typing, because...
Okay, come on.
Reddit's full of typos.
Fuck that person. Let's go.
Yeah. You didn't get under my skin, though. I don't care. Almost lost my cool there.
I know you did.
Hold up.
You're already hot because it's a hot-ass room.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, it is heated. Okay, hold on.
Which one did you want?
Doctor paid for. This one would be funny because I think you would like this one, actually. I'm going to do this one. Malicious compliance. I worked for a orthopedic surgeon who constantly ate people's lunches and would leave $10 on the fridge. He really loved leftover home cooked meals.
But you left only $10?
He left $10.
I'm already, okay, hold on. Let me wait. Hold on.
You heated?
Yeah, I'm already irritated.
Already.
I'm irritated.
I know.
You don't know what the person. You don't know that part. That could have been something they had to spend their last money on. Like, okay, hold on. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
They spent their blood, sweat, and tears on this meal, and you're just eating it.
$10. I won't give him $10.
$10. I don't get lunches. Okay, here's in quotes. I don't get lunches off. I have to work to keep paying your salary. You can go buy another lunch, he would say.
Well, then give me more than $10 so I can go get another lunch, motherfucker.
Wait how they figured this one out. I hated him so much, but I got paid a lot. He was fresh out of his internship and residency, and he thought he was above everyone. We complained to the office manager. She went to the doctor and said we were all pissed about it. The doctor told her to deal with it. If the doctor decided to eat one of our lunches, we could have the office manager just order us something. This was amazing. There were 2 people besides me that had family and kids, so we always brought leftovers. If he ate my food, I ordered from the most expensive steak place in town. Appetizers, 12-ounce steak, 3 sides, and a salad and dessert. I'd eat the salad and the rest went home. And, of course, there are plenty of leftovers to take to work the next day. The rest of the staff was doing the same, ordering full chicken, 4 to 5 different Chinese dishes, spending hundreds of dollars to replace stolen meatloaf sandwiches and day-old soups and spaghetti. The office manager went along with it after all. He said we could order what we wanted if he took our lunch. It went on for 2 months until Dickhead Doc caught on. From then on, he had the office manager order him a lunch. I did miss trading off an old pork chop and Spanish rice for prime rib and all the fixins. But yeah, that's I mean,
oh my gosh, I love that.
That's a good way. That's a good way to get around that. Like,
that's a perfect way to
give you $10 to replace a lunch that you just like brought
right.
with you to. That's ridiculous. And like it was going off of his like they were spending like.
His money.
I think like hundreds of dollars on whatever, like
good.
The most expensive like steak places.
He said,
right?
"Give what they want, order food."
Right. He thought he was. They
probably like, oh, he probably thought, oh, they're gonna order Jimmy John's or whatever.
Right. Exactly. Nope.
My family eating good on you.
Hey, listen. If you run into this situation now, you know.
That's some nerve to go in the refrigerator, but you have a office assistant to just order you food. Just order yourself food.
I trust my coworkers, but I also never put my stuff in the refrigerator. Like I just don't. I just don't, just because I have a feeling there might be like, even if there's one person who would go in and like look through people's stuff and like eat their stuff, I don't want to have to deal with that. I don't want to have to like even think about like if I didn't have a lunch at lunch, like I come in and like I'm like, well, I don't have food. First off, I'm diabetic. If I fall into a diabetic coma on your floor because you ate my food, that's workman's comp. You can
sue their ass, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I thought that is so shitty.
It's
a good way to do it because you work with doctors, but you work with good doctors.
I used to worry about that because my old job, when I was a medical assistant, we had like a normal size refrigerator, like our old one in our apartment, and we'll put our whole lunch bags in there because we didn't want people to like go through our stuff. But it got to the point where it was getting full because it was more people working there the same shift. So I'm like, okay, what if I had to take out my stuff out of my lunch bag? Would someone eat my shit? You know? Because I can't be like, you ate my stuff, but then also some balls because all my stuff came in containers. What are you gonna do? Eat it and come back and clean it out and put it in my lunch bag, or put it back in the refrigerator?
Oh my god! You're right, exactly. Like why would you? Yeah, what's the container situation? Yeah,
right. Like, what do you just hide it?
Would you just take the whole thing?
Right.
And just like steal it? Yeah. Right. What is? Yeah.
But luckily, like where we worked at all offices, like we were close to like the refrigerator and stuff. So
you could see people taking stuff. Okay.
But okay, sorry.
So I'm upset. I'm upset because this was actually an Am I the Asshole, and this person was an actual asshole, but they removed the post.
Oh no!
This is like 15 hours ago. So
because they were the asshole.
Yeah, because they were the asshole. They really got upset.
What was the title at least?
So this one is, am I the asshole for pissing my wife off with how I'm handling her favorite shows?
Oh, that one?
So this guy was so there's no actual story that I can read, but the guy was definitely the asshole. He was basically like, I like adventure movies and like hardcore like action movies, like where like John Wick and shit, like basically like that. And she likes animation and fantasy movies. And he was basically like, your movies suck. I'm never gonna watch them, and I don't like it when you watch them without like you don't want to watch my movies. Basically, I'm like, this guy's an asshole. Because he can't just let his wife have one day.
Right, just let her watch the movies.
You can't let her.
It said it was his account was like shadow banned or suspended.
Oh, because he's an asshole. And he didn't want to... Yeah, because he's an asshole and he didn't want to, like, actually...
We gotta find another story that we can actually read.
Yeah, I got one. I got one more. We can read through another one. This one is another... This is another... You're the asshole. But, because I read this one. And it's here. Here we go. I'm sorry for the spoiler, but, we always read ones where we're like, I don't think you're really the asshole, like, if you're, like, for, like, these reasons. Mm-hmm. But this one, this guy's just a jerk. So here we go. Anyway, am I the asshole for telling my sister that I don't care about how her wedding turns out? My 29 male, sister, 26 female, has always been incredibly spoiled. Mm. It's always her way or the highway, so I knew that when she got engaged, she would be a handful. Her wedding is coming up in about a year, and she already has started planning. You should probably be starting planning like maybe even more than a year for a wedding, especially if it's going to be elaborate. Venues. Yeah, so they're already starting planning, and it's a year out. That's a good time. She sat us all down, my mother, father, and my other sister, and told us that what they had decided for the theme. Now, personally, I think it's a little tacky to put on a theme on the wedding, but it's not my wedding, so I held my tongue. Her theme was nature. Oops, ouch. Oh, you okay? I did a whole, so people who weren't watching the YouTube, I did a whole imagination thing from Star Wars, from SpongeBob. Oh my god, what am I even thinking? From SpongeBob, I swayed my arm and I hit the board. The board. Anyway, her theme was nature, and she was this was applied to everything. She wanted a floral lace dress. Okay. Succulents as favors. Okay. And for the ceremony to take place in a greenhouse, which actually sounds amazing. Yeah, right. That'd be cool. It might be a little hot. Jealous. Right, exactly. Again, tacky, but not my wedding, so I didn't say anything. How is that tacky? Okay, whatever. I don't get that. Anyway, the issue arose when it came time to talk about the reception venue. She said that she wanted it to be outdoors in one of those huge event tents with windows so that we could be in nature. My whole family hated this idea. An outdoor reception just seems very cheap. I feel like the family is like bougie. Right. Like it's cheap to have like an outdoor. If it's fine for Harry Potter to have like the big like tent venue, even though granted that's magic, but they had basically that same setup. My coworker had a tent wedding. That sounds great. Backyard. It was great. Like, and it's expensive because you have to rent the fucking tent. So it's not cheap. It's not tacky. It's expensive still. Anything associated with weddings is expensive. An outdoor reception just seems very cheap and not at all classy. It doesn't have to be classy. It has to be what you want. So are you the spoiled one and you're just what's it called, projecting? Yeah. We suggested that she go with something more classic, like an event venue, but she had her mind set. So, just to... So, I don't finish it. Cause I gotta finish this, but I just want to say, like, the one thing that I want to say is, if you're planning a wedding right now... Fuck what people say. Do what you want to do. Do what you feel like you want to do. Yeah. And don't really care what other people say. I got really upset because the entire family was telling her that they would prefer one thing and she was insisting she do the other when she was literally the only person who wanted it. That's okay. Right. It's her wedding. It's not your wedding. It's her wedding. Bro. At first, I tried to... Like, you can't... Like, the family can't... Sorry. Okay. At first... I know, we're never going to finish this if I keep having asides. At first, I tried to go easy on her by telling her that themed weddings are just a fad, and if she commits to her theme so heavily, she'll look back on it in 20 years and cringe. And that it's better to choose something timeless, like a simpler dress in a hotel ballroom. I'm being a little bit judgmental the way that I'm reading this, but they're really the asshole. And like, just from this, I said that she could definitely incorporate flowers into the centerpieces and decorations if she wanted, but to have the whole wedding centered around plants and flowers, it just seemed like too much. Never one to take my advice. My sister just said that she's sorry we feel that way, but her and her fiance have wanted this for their wedding for years, and they spent a lot of time coming up with the details together, and they wanted their wedding to reflect their personalities and who they are as a couple, which is exactly how you should plan your wedding. And she didn't think my timeless suggestion would be able to do that. Here's where I might be the asshole. The whole story isn't where you're the asshole.
Right.
Here's where I might be the asshole. I kind of let my frustration get the better of me and said, fine, I don't care if your wedding turns out to be tacky. I knew you were going to be an inflexible bridezilla anyway. I do think that she was being too rigid and just thinking about what she would like instead of what her family and guests would prefer. Hold on. 1 second, just to let that sink in.
You guys don't matter.
No. It's your wedding. It's her
wedding.
Said
they want it in the middle of the zoo.
Right. Right. That's when people like have destination weddings and everybody's like, it's selfish. And it was like, literally, it was like,
they're fine. It's just them. Like, you know,
maybe they had the destination wedding so
people to come.
The people who were going to say that it's selfish wouldn't come.
You got to think, sometimes when people do that, they put it in their budget so they can have people they want there. Like, sometimes a lot of like the bride and groom, they will pay for their parents to be there. Like, everybody else, fuck you.
Right. Exactly. But my parents say that it's my sister's wedding and that it wasn't cool to say that I didn't care. Am I the asshole? Absolutely. Absolutely. You're the asshole because you literally are thinking that this wedding should be geared towards you.
And her wanting what she wants for her wedding and she's being spoiled. I'm confused that she's being a spoiled brat when legit her whole vibe seems like she's just this down-to-earth girl.
Right, exactly.
Are you the spoiled brat and you're just trying to project?
Right, this is not, you can do your timeless, whatever
for your wedding.
Whatever the hell
clearly you don't have anybody because how you act like a fucking spoiled grown-ass man.
Exactly.
Who was that one person
you're 3 years older than her and you're thinking that it's like, she's going to think back in 20 years and cringe. Like, if nobody's thinking
she'll
about...
cringe if he listens to you.
Yeah, nobody's thinking about when people are looking at, unless it was very superficial. Nobody's looking back at their wedding pictures and not just thinking about the feelings that they had for the person, right? Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter what, like, the venue was, or it doesn't even matter what, like, your decorations were. If you look at those pictures of you and your spouse looking deep into each other's eyes with the most love that you've ever had for a human being around us. Right.
Literally.
That's all that's all that matters. And like, I don't like that when people take events a little bit too seriously because it's literally
it's an event. It's a party.
It's an event. It's
that's
a party.
That's why we kept saying it's a party and like it's a wedding, yeah, all this money.
Yeah.
But we kept saying, yeah, we gotta do the whole like love you blah 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 ceremony. But it's like we were just like, okay, let's just get to the fun part.
Right.
Let's take our pictures and have a good time.
Right. And it was like there was one thing, I can't remember what he even said, but my dad was like, that's not traditional.
Oh, because we weren't announced a certain way, or it was something.
Were like, he was like, are you gonna do Mr. and Mrs. Reed or something Kaylin like that? Reed. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Kaylin Reed. I was like, I don't care. I was like, you can announce this however you want. He was like, that's not typically how they do it. And I was like, I don't know if she's gonna change her name or anything like that. And also I don't care. Like that kind of thing. And it was like, we're married. Like that's at the end of the day, we're getting married, and everything else really doesn't matter. If people have a good time, it's great. If we are still together in 20 years, that's the thing that counts. 20, 30, 40, yeah, better be. Yeah, exactly. No, like, as long as we're like, it's just one of those things where it's like, if we're gonna be so superficial about like a single event,
I want to elope.
We should have. And I definitely should have.
I was as close to being like, let's just, the money that we were putting towards the wedding, like, we could have eloped. We could have legit went to Vegas. And I was fine with doing that. Just eloping, having our parents there, having close friends. And it's like,
I think it's funny the way, like, that opened my eyes to the way that, like, people are kind of superficial about a bunch of things. Like, I don't know if, like, when we have kids, I don't know if we're gonna do any of the big, like, gender reveal, all that kind of stuff that people, like, expect you to have. because like it's just super. It seems superficial for like something that's gonna be very like it's personal. Like people are trying.
Like, why do you have to know? Like what?
Yeah, and I think it's everybody wants to be involved in like personal things for you, but like marriage is extremely personal. But everybody kind of is like, well, I want it like if we had announced that it was gonna be like the one that we read where the person wasn't having an open bar or any alcohol at the wedding at all.
Yeah, she was having a dry wedding.
And it's like that's a personal thing for her, and everybody's getting butthurt about something that's like. I understand literally,
like some of the friends because like you are literally here at the bar with us. So like,
well, yeah.
I see like why they were like, can you at least tell us why? And I want to, but it's like
no, I get it. I get.
There's
that.
a point like if I know it's your husband's friends because they were with her fiance's friends, but it's like tell them why because then it's like okay, if you're sitting here at the bar seeing that he's drinking and you're okay with it, why is it you can't do that at your wedding? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
But yeah, I get what you're saying too. So it's just like,
but it's
sometimes you gotta learn like.
Yeah.
If you're doing it one place, if you're okay with one place, why are you not okay with another place?
Yeah. Like anyone's gonna be so. I think this is like a relationship thing anyway, though. Like this is like the biggest.
Say fuck you to family.
Right, the biggest relationship advice that I think we could ever give for us is.
Hey.
If you I'm like shaking the table. Sorry.
Shook the table.
I'm gonna shook the table. That's another. We have to talk about it in another episode. But we've been watching.
Okay, go.
Yeah, but no. The biggest advice I think we can give is that keep your relationship personal. It's a relationship personal and private as much as you like, or as you can. This is a relationship between two people. What you decide between the two of you should not be influenced by
others.
Those around you, even if it's hard. Even if it's your family, even if both families are like, I will disown you if I will disown you if you elope and don't involve us in your marriage. It's like if it's something that you feel like you need to do, especially now that like it's so expensive to do anything. If you want to spend money to like move on with your life rather than just throw a big party, which is what weddings are, do that. And you can involve your family however you want, but like people getting upset that they weren't involved in something that was super personal with you, I don't think is a reason for you not to do something.
Exactly.
What does Dr. Seuss say? Those who matter don't care, and those who care don't matter. That stroke of wisdom from Dr. Seuss, I think, is what we need to all live our lives as.
Yeah.
But
all right. Thanks for listening, guys. We please share with friends and family. Rate, and subscribe. We are on your favorite listening platform for podcasts. And we will,
if not, let us know. We'll figure it out.
Let us know. And we will talk to you next time. Bye.